Just subscribe.
Yeah.
Guys, YouTube pe I saw 70 point something % of you have not even like subscribed to our channel.
You've seen our video but not subscribed. Like, what's with
Imagine.
that?
So that's the just what we're asking. Subscribe to our YouTube, follow our Instagram. Welcome back, and this is the second match day roundup of the Euros, and the second matches have ended, and Euros have just become more and more exciting, each group, and there are a lot of talking points. Let's just get on.
Let us begin.
Yeah.
Let's just begin. So the first game,
Yeah.
Finland versus Russia. Russia win 1-0, and goal from Miranchuk at the injury time in the first half.
And in that game, it was none of us really saw that game, but as far as what I could understand, it was it was one of those games where just one moment of brilliance decided the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
as far as like the
guys,
stats,
to be honest, like some of the games are just like playing in the background for us, and we don't like really like analyze each and every game, but we'll just go over. We'll just like go, and some games are very exciting if we watch and analyze. So yeah, let's just. So
like
Russia one was okay. I mean, let's just move forward.
Russia dominated. Yeah, Russia dominated.
It was a good start.
And then one moment of brilliance just won them the game. Simple as.
It was a good start for them. I mean, Russia.
Okay, next game, Wales versus Turkey, 2-0. So Turkey came with a lot of expectation that they'll bring a win, but then Wales just took their chances. They kept on taking their shots and then just converted. Aaron Ramsey had like 4 or 5 chances where he could have converted, but at least he took one. And yeah, what about you guys?
In this game, I just like to mention that even though Gareth Bale ne penalty miss kari, his stats in the game, his overall performance was like very good. I mean, it was very professional. He led the team very well.
I think he compensated for the missed penalty.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you can,
He got beautiful. I mean, that first assist to Ramsey was a beautiful ball.
Yeah, it was so beautiful.
And the main point I think we have to touch upon, I think Turkey again, they've disappointed. So many people had them as you said in the first match, they're the dark horses, but the defensive coordination is just all over the place. I mean, it was so easy. 2, 3, 4 times Ramsey just went past the defender, just couldn't do anything.
And he just went past, just free. He had like 2-3 seconds free.
Do you guys remember we took Turkey to the semi-finals? I mean, look at they won't even qualify.
It is what it is.
I mean, they have a chance, but like most probably they won't. So yeah, moving forward with that note, we'll just like move forward to the next game, which was
Italy Switzerland again. 3-0 they won. And
Locatelli looked too good.
Locatelli has been
Italy are too good, bro.
Locatelli's been a phenomenal this tournament, and
he's been linked to a lot of big clubs now. Juventus,
especially
United,
after this game.
But that's what happens in the Euros. Some big club then comes for the best players and best player in that tournament. It happened to James. It happens to a lot of players. So I won't be surprised if Locatelli gets a big move in the summer.
Yeah.
Because he was excellent. Again, brilliant dictating the play and took his goals beautifully. I think one of the best performances in this Euro.
I think Immobile's goal was also like really good, like a long shot. It took one bounce and went in. So yeah.
I think the keeper could have done better, but again, it was a good shot.
Like he took his chance and it went in. So yeah, good for the team.
Again, dictating the play. I think that midfield is just too powerful. I think I'm just very excited for the knockout stages because I think Italy are through now.
Yeah.
I want to see if when they come against like the bigger teams, how they perform. I think they're one of the most excited teams to watch right now, for sure.
Yeah.
And it was very unexpected because I felt कि Italy कैसे आएगी, क्या करेगी, and they've started off the season, and plus they would be very, very confident. I mean, 2 wins.
Like, look at the national anthem, bro. With the spirit that they like sing the national anthem, like I'm pretty sure it scares their opponents.
Chalo, next game.
Moving on, Ukraine versus North Macedonia, 2-1. I saw the match. North Macedonia scored first, so like everyone went mad, and I think बहुत सही game था. But then Ukraine came back, and
2 missed penalties in this game. Right now, it was I think what was the conversion rate 1-5 or something like that until this game, and
Yeah.
everybody was like, "What has happened to people? They forgot to take penalties." मैंने कहा वही कि they again give a good fight. मतलब they are fighting every match. They're not just getting swept away in every game like it was expected, like 3-0, 4-0. They are giving a good to all the teams. So fair play to them. That's what I
mean,
say.
If nothing happens through this tournament, they'll surely learn something and they'll surely build upon this. हम आगे बढ़ेंगे with an exciting game which was Belgium versus Denmark, जिसमें 10th minute पे play रोका गया था और हाँ जिसमें
Christian Eriksen.
हाँ for Christian Eriksen. और इसमें हुआ क्या, सेकेंड ही मिनट पे डेनमार्क ने गोल मार दिया और Olsen.
I think it was like second fastest or third fastest, I guess, in Euros. I think.
Yeah.
है ना?
Second fastest.
ऐसा ही कुछ था. सही गोल था वैसे.
I was saying that Denmark have been pretty unlucky in both. Again, the first game they dominated the whole game, and then they just lost to a fluke goal. And this game again they were very, very good. And then also De Bruyne came in the second half, after his injury, and just changed the game.
You know, like for Belgium, it was pretty much the same as the first game, where like the first half they don't perform as much, and then when the substitutes come in, I think something happens to them, and then they just convert. Like De Bruyne shows proper brilliance, like what he does for Man City, he did it for Belgium also. 1 assist, and bro, the second goal was like too good, like left-footed back into the net, bottom corner.
Typical De Bruyne goal.
De Bruyne
left-footed or right-footed, bottom corner, and just smacked it in the bottom corner.
The interesting bit is कि वो फाइनल में इंजर हुआ था और फिर इंजर होके अब आया, and when he came back, I mean, what an impact. मतलब यही दिखाता है, you're a professional player, you're sent in for an impact, you're sent in to make a difference on the pitch, and वो करना at this level, so crazy.
And bro, like his assist also, like any player would like take a shot at the position that he was in, but he passed it to Thorgan Hazard.
The second place was Denmark. They're playing some good football. They I think
just
they
like
have a chance of qualifying.
Unlucky.
Then they have Russia and then Finland. I think the second and third place is going to be an interesting one in the last game.
But I think like this game was like pretty expected versus Belgium, but like Finland, they got unlucky.
अरे Finland, there was a lot of emotion involved. क्योंकि चलो ठीक है, वो तो हमने बात कर ली. Check out the previous video for that. And हाँ, तो उसके बाद
let's move on.
उसके बाद हमारा Netherlands versus Austria. Netherlands, yeah, the group of Netherlands is very, I mean,
maybe easier. Again, the first half they weren't even. I think the first half. I mean, I saw that game. First half they weren't really that good. I mean, it was kind of even. But then, I mean, Netherlands were better, but they weren't that good. But then, also in the second half again, they pushed a gear, and they were then they comfortably actually won that game. So it was wasn't a very good fight from Austria. I mean, towards the end they tried, but till then the game was already over. Again, with a composed performance. And again, excited to see Netherlands against a top team like Belgium or Italy.
Like Italy or a Belgium. Like in knockouts, Italy or a Belgium was Netherlands will be so exciting. And let's move on to the next game. Sweden-Slovakia 1-0.
Bro, Sweden-Slovakia, I didn't like watch it properly. मतलब एकदम ऐसे ध्यान से नहीं देखा था, but what I've read and what I've seen the highlights, उससे तो यही पता चला कि it was a tough game for both the teams. मतलब physically also both the teams are very strong. If like correct me if I'm wrong, but both the teams are physically built. मतलब ऐसे धक्का वक्का ऐसे रफ गेम होना एक्सपेक्टेड था दोनों के लिए. और उसमें जो इनका स्ट्राइकर है इजाक, उस बंदे ने तो भाई उनकी डिफेंस की फाड़ के रख दी. मतलब मैं मजाक भी नहीं.
I mean, for such a huge guy, उसकी
which player
smooth है भाई. Isak.
Which player? Isak.
अच्छा. And he plays for Sociedad. Yeah, he had a decent season also. A lot of goals. Yeah. But his feet are quite. For a tall guy, you wouldn't expect him to be so like silky. Yeah, but he's really good in dribbling and everything. That's where they won the
But
game.
this group has become very exciting क्योंकि इसमें वो है ना Spain, Poland और ये दोनों.
Yeah, that's the important game. When we get on to it, we'll talk about it more. So this is one of the most exciting groups.
So next
game is Croatia, Czech Republic. I think I saw that match, and I think it was pretty boring. Like both sides were like pretty same chances being created, but not being converting.
The chance was like half-hearted. Like it wasn't a game of like big chances. It was just
it wasn't a game of big chances.
Croatia you expect to win because after the World Cup run you feel कि मतलब one of the stronger sides.
No, but then perform. But then I knew because that team was not the same team. It's been 3 years. I mean, at that time, all of the main players were like, pretty. They were like starting to age, and now people like Modric and other players like him.
I think they were pretty.
Yeah, they're still good players. They're just good players, but of course they've declined a little bit since of course that World Cup. So
and I think
I'm not. So I'm not surprised that Croatia is struggling a little bit. Again. That game against Scotland, I think Scotland has a good chance of beating Croatia, but actually finish last. I won't be surprised.
I think Croatia were like content with getting a draw, but I think Czech were trying really hard to score. But Perisic's goal was like really good.
ये वाला ग्रुप काफी इंटरेस्टिंग है मतलब पॉइंट्स वाइज देखें तो काफी नेक टू नेक होगा लास्ट मैच.
क्या है क्रोएशिया, चेक और दो और कौन से?
इंग्लैंड स्कॉटलैंड.
Which is the next game I think we should talk about.
I think like in this campaign matches, ये दोनों matches जो दोनों rounds हुए हैं वो इतने अच्छे हुए हैं कि last day तक जा रहा है most of the groups में.
England versus
Scotland.
जो मैंने
नहीं देखा था शायद.
मैंने देखा था. I saw the whole game from start to finish. I think first we should, before we rip into England, I think we should give credit to Scotland. Executed the game plan perfectly. Shout out to Billy Gilmour. I think Billy Gilmour won another match. What a performance!
Billy Gilmour surprised me
completely.
Surprised me. That player surprised me.
I think McTominay played like centre back, no?
They were playing McTominay centre back and Tierney at centre back. So they were technically only playing one proper centre back, and they still, pretty much neutralized England. They only had that one chance with Stones, which he hit on the post from the corner. Uske alawa they had no other chances. England like that. I think Scotland again.
I think Scotland executed it very well, bro. Like if you look at it, coming from a good team like England, a strong players and with so much expectations, England में backing भी बहुत होती है. तो Scotland को they had to prove कि no bro, you have to go against us first.
It was a rivalry, it was a derby. It was a derby as well. England Scotland is a huge rivalry, and probably for England it was probably like another game. But Scotland was a very very big game, and it showed how Scotland played.
But
it definitely
the
showed
problem
it's more seriously.
The problem with England is they're not just using their 100% potential wala squad, right?
South
like according to the fans at least. According to the fans at least. Whatever logic he's using to pick the playing 11, I think it's not working out, and I think he needs to accept the fact that it's not working out.
I think in this game, I don't know how Sterling stayed on for the whole game. I don't know. I mean, Kane, he took off, but then he put on Rashford and he put him as a striker when you have Calvert-Lewin. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking. Sancho has not played a single minute after, I think he had 36 goal contributions in 38 games, like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he's thinking. Playing with 2 DMs against a low block, I don't know what Southgate is thinking. I don't think England are going to go very far in this tournament.
I think even if they qualify, I think it's going to be tough for them. I know anything can happen in knockout matches, but still, the way they play
I think a better team will convincingly beat them. I genuinely think that they face someone like.
I think they let the opposing team dominate them. I don't know why.
Because defensively, to be fair, England were good defensively, but the point is that's probably because Scotland
to attack also to score goals. That's the thing.
I mean, England is expected to score goals, and attacking wise, I think none of the attacking players played well. No one.
Bro, attacking played well. And Sterling and Kane, मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है कि just because they have experience they're playing. ऐसा लग रहा है.
I mean, Sterling, I think 100%. I mean, Kane, I understand. because he had such a good season and maybe 1 or 2 games he not playing that well. Maybe it's a case of maybe he got injured or something. I don't know, but I don't see why they are picking Sterling. He was in good form until the end of the season. Find the first game he just
उसको remove करा इन्होंने देख रहे हो तुम Foden was still playing decent और उसको
yeah and it took off Foden yeah I don't know why. I think Grealish came on and Grealish instantly the best attacking player instantly 65 है कुछ पे आया था वो and he did what Grealish does dribbling करके foul जीत रहा था वो
and his dribbles were also successful मतलब ऐसा नहीं था कि वो ऐसे ही कर रहा है successful थे he made an impact basically. ठीक है तो next था France second last game नहीं second and third last sorry France versus Hungary
versus France
1-1
okay I'll say my thing first. So basically Hungary did the same thing. They applied the same whatever game plan they've done which they did against Portugal and it actually worked against France. So like it was a bit unexpected against Portugal because they conceded in the last like 7-8 minutes, but here they scored also and then like defensively they were really good and France were like struggling to penetrate their like defensive part and convert the goals. So yeah.
I mean yeah the Hungary again I think people thought that all of these teams would just smash Hungary in every game. And this will be an easy win for all the 3 teams. And then, the main would be obviously all the games in between them. But Hungary they've given a good fight. And again, as they show a very spiritable draw, and a draw they deserved, I think. So, by the way they defended. And it was a good goal, which, they scored. I don't remember the scorer's name, but it was a, good dribbling.
Fiola.
But I just like to end this game. मतलब कि अगर कोई टीम छोटी है अगर कोई ऐसी है तो just like don't write them off. मतलब don't just like
you can't write them off. I mean,
before Euros we like underestimated Hungary and like because of their group and like overestimated Turkey a bit.
Anyways, I think let's go on to the next game, which is probably the most entertaining game of the Euros.
Yeah.
Portugal versus Germany. 4-2. And I have to say, like, it was such an entertaining game to watch because it was just attack versus attack. Germany attacks from one side, either Portugal defends it, which obviously they couldn't, and if they do, they hit them on the counter back, and then they try to defend it. I mean, it was just from one end to another end to another end. It was quite entertaining to watch.
Yeah,
it was a delight.
I think the defense from both sides were like a bit weak.
Yeah,
like, they conceded. Both of the teams conceded, but the system Germany were playing, like Portugal couldn't figure out how. Like their fullbacks were operating, they're getting into the box.
The passing,
like, because of Semedo also, I think Semedo was like really weak.
Gosens were getting so much space on their left side. I don't know, probably because the right winger wasn't maybe coming back to take him, and or maybe the passing they were doing was such that Semedo was constantly on Gnabry. I don't know, he was probably thinking that Gnabry would be the one who would go behind him, and Gosens were coming behind him again and again. He was getting balls in that left channel, and he had a beautiful performance. He had 2 assists and 1 goal.
Yeah.
So
and
all of them were because of
against Pepe and Ruben Dias, both like his fakes were like working. Like whenever he faked, like he was getting space, he was crossing the ball, he was taking the shots. I think he played well.
To be fair, Pepe का यही था कि उस साइड से easy भी था क्योंकि passing भी अच्छी penetration कर रहे थे behind the CDMs and also because of Pepe's lack of pace, Semedo I think was always that say was actually on Gnabry इतना ज़्यादा. So he was scared कि if he leaves him that he will just go behind Pepe and then Gnabry would have a good chance at goal. So that's why they were he was a little confused as to go to Gnabry or to Gosens, and then he just got caught up in 2 men so many times that Germany took advantage of it. And
I think
another thing we have to highlight is how poor Ruben Dias was in this game. I mean, he was terrible. Havertz rang rings around him, and all I see on Instagram and Twitter is that Bruno had a bad game. Yeah, well, what is this?
Bro, the entire team had a bad game.
I agree. He had a bad game, but Dias had a worse game than him. I mean, terrible defending. Terrible.
यही भी सोच रहे हैं कि इस ग्रुप का भी कितना ज्यादा एक्साइटिंग होगा 23rd को जो है
and also the matches will happen simultaneously in match day 3 whatever third round So like
I think
और भी ज़्यादा exciting हुआ.
Because of the wild card of Hungary, because how they defended, Germany might find it difficult to dig them down. Even though
It's like creating
against
pressure on the team.
Portugal, Portugal was exposed a lot. To be fair, they weren't playing very defensively. Even with 2 Syrians, they weren't playing very defensively. So they found it a little bit easier. But against France was sitting in a low block and then hitting her on the counter, and Germany just couldn't take them down. And maybe they'll find the same difficulty against Hungary. And again, as we know, the second game is France versus Portugal, a repeat of the last time's final. So I think this group is actually going to be the most interesting. Although as expected,
if we see if Hungary against Germany, if Hungary scores one and they just defend the way they defended against France, I think they can win or at least draw. I mean, Germany they can't just take the game for granted.
चलो ठीक है. Last game, bro. Even this meeting is about to end. Last game quickly and then just make outro. Last game was Spain versus Poland.
Bro, my guy let me down in this game. Gerard Moreno, I was praising him so much in the last video, and he comes on and he misses the penalty.
Video, like Moreno 40 goals this season.
Better than Morata, and then Morata scores, and then Moreno misses a penalty. What can you say?
You can't even say Moreno should start.
No, this is why I like making videos out of this, because कि तुम कुछ पिछली वाली वीडियो में बोलो कि हाँ ये होगा और फिर वही गलत हो जाए या वो सही भी हो जाए तो अच्छा, मतलब फिर you have a this thing ना, you have a back वो मतलब क्या कहते हैं उसे, proof है उस बात का.
I mean, but I think still the problem with Spain is the same, that I don't know, they just can't seem to score. They just can't even seem
There's
to score.
There's something wrong with Spain, bro.
I don't know, they just can't seem to score.
On paper they're good.
Tiki-taka passing, the beautiful passing, they get to the final third, and then when they get to the final third, I don't know what happens. It just fall short of ideas. Yeah. I think to be fair, that's also because they don't have the most. I mean, if you look at their attackers, is there really even one world-class attacker? Do they even have a world-class attacker? If you think about it, I don't think they do. So you can kind of understand, and that's why people were saying that Spain might not do so well, probably because of this. And I think I said this also, that they might defend well and they might even keep the ball, but in the final third they'll struggle. And again, even if they get one, maybe you never know, a team like Poland, they can get one back, and Lewandowski, he did. And again they drew. So again, now they could be out in the first round. Now they could finish last. After Group F, I think this is the most interesting group. Yeah. Because who else was in this group? I think Sweden and Slovakia, right?
Slovakia, because all three of them have 3 points. I think 4-3-3.
No, they beat Slovakia. So they have 4 points. I think Slovakia has 3 points. Spain has 2 and Poland has 1. Okay, yeah. Now I understand. See, it's just one point ka gap hai. Anything can happen in this group. Literally, anyone can finish first and anyone can finish last.
Yeah. So look, guys, I think this was it for this one, for this roundup. And I feel now we'll just wait and watch, and the tournament is just getting more and more entertaining for all of us. And to just end, I mean, that was, I think, about it for this overview roundup Euros thing.
Yeah.
And if you've reached till here, our video, okay, if you listen to us, then there's no harm in subscribing also. Yeah. Just subscribe. Guys, YouTube pe I saw 70% of you have not even subscribed to our channel.
You've seen our video but not subscribed. What's with that?
So that's just what we're asking. Subscribe to our YouTube, follow our Instagram, and
don't worry, we're not going to just stop. Yeah, we're going to post a video every week. I mean,